I was telling Zach, I'll tell the audience now. Now that we're not even, by the time y'all were listening to this episode, we're 5 days post Super Bowl. You'll listen to this tomorrow. It'll be Friday, Super Bowl Sunday. Yeah, 5 days. I think it'd be nice if what Zach and I are going to do is we're going to do prediction on who we think they're going to go to NFL talk, who we think is going to win each division, post Super Bowl, post draft free agency, and then right before week 1 of next year's football season, we're going to compare and contrast, see how good, see how bad we did by the time mid-season comes next season. But this is going to be the very first rendition of who we think is going to win. This is automatic thoughts post-Super Bowl. We know who the coaches are, but still there's a lot of free agents, a lot of trades, draft still needs to happen. So obviously some of these might change. But this is just raw reactions. Starting off, I'm gonna set us at, I would say, 2 minutes max for each division because I don't want to go this for too long. But I'll give everything a little rein here, and I'm gonna keep track of what we say for right now. So I'm gonna put it right here before post Super Bowl, and I'm just gonna go by each division. Give me a little spiel. Say as little, say as much as you want to say, because I know it's just post Super Bowl and there's not a lot to talk about right now. But I think this will be interesting. We'll see how it goes. But are you ready, Zach?
Let's ride.
Let's ride. All right, so we're going to start in the AFC, alphabetical order. AFC East, Buffalo Bills, Miami Dolphins, New York Jets, New England Patriots. That was the order of how it was this year, obviously with the Bills and Dolphins making the playoffs. A lot of new things coming back, but I'll kick it off to you, Zach. Right now, who do you believe will win the division?
Gotta be the Bills. Gotta be the Bills. First year, this is fresh, raw, Super Bowl, fresh off the Super Bowl thoughts. Gotta go Bills, and that's a lot coming from a guy who has been a Bills non-believer the last couple of years. But I think they finally found their bread and butter with Joe Brady as the offensive coordinator, James Cook. Josh Allen, he's just got to not turn the ball over. And then Miami, I still feel like, they have that. They can't win the cold, man. They can't win the cold. So they're going to have that. And I don't know. I'm going with Bills. I'm going with Bills. Jets, maybe. They need a lot of stuff to go their way, though.
I love that. And green, bro. I'm going New York Jets.
Ooh.
Healthy Aaron Rodgers. The team's still young and under contract. Coming for vengeance. I like the Bills pick, though. You can't go wrong with Josh Allen. I agree that Miami can't win in the cold. And I'm not even going to talk about the dumpster fire that is the New England Patriots. But, yeah, I'm going New York Jets. And we got a little bit of time. I do want to mention, did you see any of the Patriots stuff that was going on? Like, Belichick seemed like it was like a mess there. Like Tom Brady said that he would have played to New England until he was 50 years old, but he just couldn't sign up for more of what was going on currently there when he left. Sound like Belichick was an issue, and then there was a bunch of stuff about how the quarterback room was toxic, how Zappy during his rookie year was watching film in the wide receiver room because it was so toxic in the quarterback room. So it sounds like Patriots, big old dumpster fire.
Yeah.
But because of that, respect to Jared Mayo. I wish him nothing but the best. But Patriots, they're going to be bottom feeders for a little bit.
Yeah. They had their run, man. They had their run.
Yeah, they had their run. All right. On to the next division. AFC North. Baltimore Ravens, Cleveland Browns, Pittsburgh Steelers, Cincinnati Bengals. That's how it finished this past season. Every single team above 500. With the Ravens, Browns, and Steelers all making the playoffs. Zach, who wins the AFC North?
Steelers.
Hey.
It's going to be the Steelers. I don't know. I feel like the Ravens are going to have a massive hangover after what happened last year. And Steelers, they're always there. They're always there. Joe Burrow, man, I feel like this is finally the year where we're like, okay, this dude can't stay healthy. And I feel like it's just gonna happen again. and we're gonna be like, oh shit, he's 29, like he's getting up there. I think he's gonna be like 28. But first rip, I'm going Steelers. I love the Arthur Smith hire, and it's growing on me. I want to say I love that. I jumped the gun a little bit. It's growing on me. I think it could be something. I'm going with Steelers, and obviously, you know, that's those are your guys.
I love it, dude. I absolutely love it. But I gotta go Joe Burrow.
Really, yeah.
And this is similar. It's a similar take to my New York Jets pick of like you're gonna get your franchise quarterback back, and like that's just gonna rally everybody. I want to pick the Steelers, but if I'm looking at the roster right now, Kenny Pickett is still the starting quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
True.
And I don't think Kenny can. I mean, I think Kenny can win us 10 games, but 10 games isn't going to win the AFC North. It's the hardest division in football. Everybody had a positive record. So I don't know, but I do think like Steelers are always going to be in the mix. And it pains me to say that as a Steelers fan, but I got to be realistic. And Joe Burrow is the only quarterback still today that has shown that he can beat Patrick Mahomes. And if he could beat Patrick Mahomes, he could beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I'm going with the Bengals post-Super Bowl pick. Post-Super Bowl. That'll change when Justin Fields' trade announcement gets announced, baby. Give me Justin Fields. Oh, I want him so bad. Oh, I want him so bad.
The favorites, man. You're the favorites, according to DraftKings.
Yeah. Okay. AFC South now. Houston Texans, Jacksonville Jaguars, Indianapolis Colts, Tennessee Titans. That's how it finished this past season, with the Texans as the only team to make the playoffs. I think we might be unanimous here, but who are you picking?
Trevor Lawrence doesn't like that C.J. Stroud is in his division for a reason.
Ooh, I thought you were about to say something else there, starting off with Trevor Lawrence.
Because he's going to run it for years to come, and it's at least next year. Texans show what they can be and do consistently for years to come. Last year, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, even Singletary, like maybe Saquon Barkley to the mix, Stingley, Anderson, and co. Like, man, D'Amico, like that's a team to watch, and they're just gonna build off a freaking good rookie like first year in the running.
Couldn't agree more. This is a young division, but
yeah,
Texans got players on their squad, and just going 10-7 in a rookie year's quarterback where he started to figure it out pretty quickly towards the end of the season. I think he takes another leap, and poor Trevor Lawrence, because he had his window, but he just couldn't get it done. But that'll be nice. That'll be a competitive division because you also got Anthony Richardson, Jay Tay.
Yep.
Hopefully they bring back Pittman. That'll be fun. But yeah, I do agree with the Texans. And finally, AFC West, the Super Bowl champs, Kansas City Chiefs, Las Vegas Raiders, Denver Broncos, and Jim Harbaugh's Los Angeles Chargers. I also feel like this is going to be a unanimous decision, but I should still ask you who's winning the AFC West.
Picking anybody but the Chiefs would just be asking for attention, I think, and I ain't one to do that. So you gotta go to the Kansas City Chiefs, man. Like,
I agree.
I agree. It's the Chiefs.
The only other team that you would pick would probably be the Chargers because of Harbaugh and Herbert, and I can maybe see because of Antonio Pierce and kind of like the vibe and culture he's building in Vegas, but this is the Kansas. They just won the goddamn Super Bowl, dude. I love that you just said that. Saying any other team is just asking for attention. It's like some Colin Cowherd shit.
Exactly.
You're just saying it just to piss people off and have you talk about you. And we're not that type of show. We aren't. We ain't reaching for views. Sometimes. Sometimes. Only when it involves our teams, eh?
Yeah.
But I like that. I like that a lot. But let's move on over to the NFC. The NFC East, Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles, New York Giants, Washington Commanders, Cowboys and Eagles making the playoffs. This division, I believe, how many years has it been, Zach, without a consecutive back-to-back winner?
Ooh, I think 2004 or 2003.
Wow.
It's like 20. It's been like 20.
Wow.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, we talk about AFC North, NFC East, I think are the two divisions that come to mind when people think about most competitive. But yeah, NFC East, who do you got? I feel like I don't really have to ask you, but who do you got?
Yeah, I gotta go Birds. Also because of that fact that you just brought up, like no team has won it back-to-back years, and I don't feel like this is a year where the Cowboys are going to control things. They never do. I just don't feel like they're going to this year. Eagles have a little bit. They got to have a chip on their shoulder this year, something to prove. It's not asking to replicate their Super Bowl year, going whatever the heck they went, like 13 and 14 wins or whatever. But they're going to do enough, I think. And I think Kelsey comes back. I think he comes back. I think I said that a couple episodes ago, and I think he goes out on a better note.
Mulata said there's no way he comes back.
Mulata said that?
Mulata, yeah. He said, look at him. He's drinking beer with his shirt off, like dancing on DJ sets. He's having the time of his life. Why would he come back? He's having fun.
Yeah, but he can do that when he's playing too.
Yeah, I can agree. I'm gonna be
even without that, I'm gonna stick with my pick.
Yeah, I'm going bold as hell here. Washington Commanders are winning the NFC East. Dan Quinn, Cliff Kingsbury, new owners, new culture. I don't know why, but I'm loving it. I think the fact that there's a different winner every single year is also appealing. I don't like the Cowboys. The team I'm worried about is the Eagles, and I'm not worried about the Giants, but I think Commanders could make a push, and they always play the Eagles and Cowboys. They always kind of give them a fight every now and again. So if they can steal a couple of those wins, it'd be nice, but I'm going bold. Got to go bold with some of these picks. That's my first big one. Washington Commanders, NFC East.
No, solid reasoning. I mean, shit, they got a good offense.
They made great hires this offseason. Really, was just their coaching. Yeah, they did great, but they still got a lot of holes to fill, especially on the defensive side. But hey, we've seen multiple franchises hit home runs, with Texans being the most recent, and really Chiefs. If you really dig deep, that Pacheco draft last year was crazy. That's where they got McDuffie too there. Pretty wild draft that they got there. But it's not, it's not like it's impossible to be done, but if they can hit a home run in the draft, maybe because they got a lot of cap room too, I believe, maybe swing a free agent over, could be interesting. But that's my little prediction there. Swinging over to the NFC North, Detroit Lions, Green Bay Packers, Minnesota Vikings, Chicago Bears, Lions, Packers, obviously the teams that made a little bit of a run as well in the playoffs. But then we also got kind of different storylines with the Vikings about what they're doing with Kirk and JJ, and the Chicago Bears about what they're doing with the first pick and Justin Jefferson. So could be a lot of moving pieces, but I'm interested to see, or hear rather, who you have winning this division.
Yeah, I was just going back and forth in my mind. I just went back and forth like 4 times in that little 30-second window. But I'm settling on the Lions.
Okay.
Once again, it could change, but just talked about some home run draft classes. Lions were another team that had one last year. I mean, Gibbs, Laporta, Brian Branch, etc. I mean, they got the experience they needed last year. I mean, they arguably should have been in the Super Bowl. Got the experience that they needed, and they're coming for more. I don't think Dan Campbell runs a team that's gonna like okay, we had our moment, now we're just gonna suck again, be average. No, they're coming for more. They're coming for more.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going Lions too. I mean, I hate to have another agreement with you, but the only other team I would maybe think would be Green Bay.
Packers.
Minnesota. I mean, I don't want to say anything yet because you got to think about current rosters right now. They don't have a quarterback, and if you don't have a quarterback, I don't know how I could trust you. And Bears, I mean, there's just way too many question marks, way too much to figure out before I can really see what kind of team they're going to be. So I'm just going to go with the team I believe in most, and that's the Detroit Lions. On to the next one. Pretty competitive, but in a mid kind of way. The NFC South. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, New Orleans Saints, Atlanta Falcons, Carolina Panthers, with the Bucs being the only team that made the playoffs on the shoulders of Baker Mayfield. Again, up in the air. Interested, again, what you have to say here, because I think we're going to have different answers.
Interesting. I actually don't know what you're going to say, but I'm going to say the Falcons.
Never mind.
Nah, really?
Never
Yeah,
mind.
I was like, I think you maybe could say the Falcons. I mean, dude, defense, they got a kick ass smash mouth defense.
That's what I was saying to you, man.
They do. And they're a quarterback away on offense, just like a serviceable guy.
Yeah.
And like Raheem Morris, like I think that was a decent hire. He's seems like a player's guy. I mean, the only thing in their way is, I mean, you could say the Saints. I mean, but it's, Baker maybe, but I don't know, man. That defense, I think that defense can hold things together, and if they get a quarterback, like it's their division. It's their division.
I think there's also a value too of looking at teams that obviously we shat on Arthur Smith and his coaching job, but there is something to say about moving on from a coach like that into a whole new system and different. It feels fresh. And I think that's just what this offense really needs, specifically their skill players and Bijan, Kyle, and Drake. I think that's exactly what they need. But I like the Falcons a lot. I'm a little worried about New Orleans because they're playing for something big. The Super Bowl's in their dome, so there's an extra motivation for them going throughout the whole season that they can play the biggest game in their home stadium. But I don't think how the Saints are built currently that they have the skill to even get themselves there with what's going on in the rest of the NFL. So I don't even think that really matters. So we'll go Falcons. I like that. I like the Falcons.
Yeah.
Another high drafting Bijan year for me. I'm not. Even though people were up and down about him, still going back to Bijan.
Got a dip. Double dip.
And then finally, the last division, NFC West, San Francisco 49ers, the LA Rams, Seattle Seahawks, Arizona Cardinals, Niners, Rams making it. Niners obviously all the way to the Super Bowl, but fell short. Do you think the Niners repeat?
I mean, that's a chalky answer. I don't know, just for sake of me not giving a chalky answer, I'll go Rams.
Dang, I like that.
Love what they did with Puka in his first year. I mean, I think he's only going to get better. I mean, Kyron too, only going to get better. If they can shore up some spots on defense, we know what Sean McVay can do. They did lose Morris, but I don't know. I think he'll fill that hole pretty well. Yeah, let's go. Let's roll Rams. I think maybe the 49ers have a bit of a hangover. It's right now, but no, that could change.
Yeah, no, I love the Rams pick. I can't count out the 49ers though. I know that team will change a little bit, because Chase Young, I don't think there's no way they sign him back, because I remember I was big on that trade, and you were kept me to my word about them being the best team in the NFC. But since that trade that happened, he was non-existent. I thought that would put him on the edge, but they didn't. But again, more beyond just Chase Young, a lot of different free agents, moving parts, decisions to be made. But I still feel like they're great because they have Christian McCaffrey on their team. And I think that's just enough of a difference maker for me to believe that they'll be probably same record, 12-5, 13-4. Yeah, 4 because it's 17 games. So I think that'll be it. That's all. That's everything.
That's everything.
We were
Solid run through.
We only had the same teams for the AFC South, AFC West, NFC North, and NFC South. So take that as you will.
Texans, Chiefs, Lions, Falcons. I almost went Packers just because Jordan Love really turned it on at the end of the year. But hey, it's only the first rendition of this. We'll probably do this.
There's going to be 2 more at least. At least.